When your weight fluctuates, I think it can be really confusing as to how we declutter our clothing, because you're like, what if my weight changes? I get asked this question a lot. And so I did do an entire podcast episode about it, which is available if you comment 109 on this reel. However, I wanted to just say this. We are complicated human beings. I think there are two sides to this talk about weight and body positivity when it's really not so black and white. Yes, we should love ourselves, realize that our worth has absolutely nothing to do with the size of our bodies, of course. And we shouldn't have to pretend like we're totally cool with our bodies at a certain size if we're not comfortable there. If we feel like we'd like to put on more muscle, we'd like to get a little bit bigger, if we'd like to drop some weight because it makes us feel uncomfortable, or plainly, we just don't like the way that we look. That doesn't make us shallow or we're perpetuating this idea that skinniness is better. It's true that there probably is an element of cultural pressure and societal expectations surrounding bodies that affects how we feel when we look in the mirror. And some of it might just be objectively how we feel and our preference inside of our own body. I'm sure it is a mixture of both. And while we should absolutely fight to understand that our bodies do not describe our worth, I also don't think we should feel ashamed of the fact that we're keeping clothes because we'd like to fit back into them someday. That just adds to the shame that we're already feeling, that we're not supposed to be unhappy with our body. Oh, like I'm such an insecure, bad person for holding onto these clothes, on top of the fact that I do feel insecure about the size of my body, whatever. Like, can we just stop all of that? And if you want to hold on to some clothes because you'd like to fit back into them someday, just say, okay, cool. Can I still love myself right now? Also, yes. And then that's when we decide, how do we put boundaries around how much we keep so that they don't bog down our wardrobe, they don't get in the way of our daily clothes that do fit us right now, and we don't feel ashamed when we look at them. Those are the things I go into depth with on the podcast episode, because there are practical ways that we can hold on to some clothes that don't fit right now without drowning in the clutter of having so many clothes, because we have been so many different sizes, because as women, we do fluctuate a lot. So my encouragement for you today is just to know that it is possible to declutter while also holding on to some clothes that don't fit right now. It doesn't have to be either or. And if you'd like to learn more about that, comment 109 and I will send you the full episode, because it deserves a deep dive, which I can't really do on a social media post. So, all right, that's all. Now go declutter something.